Hey fam, before I go to bed, I wanted to share something with y'all. I fell in love with this sister because she breaks it down. She gives advice to women about being in a decent relationship and not getting used and not putting yourself in situations that you know the relationship is not going to work in. Her name is Natalie Clarice. Y'all need to look her up. Check her out.
Fall in love with someone who deserves your heart, not someone who plays with it. Let God make a man out of him first before you try and make a partner out of him. No matter how good of a woman you are, you will never be good enough for a man who is not ready, and you must understand that. When meeting someone new, ladies, take your time, because a relationship that starts fast ends fast. Never allow a man to change who you are to become what they need. You will know when a relationship is right for you, because it will enhance your life, not complicate your life. Find someone who could change your life, not just your relationship status. Don't let negative, toxic, broken men rent space in your head. Raise the rent and kick them out. And yes, for those men who will say, oh, she's bitter. Absolutely not. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the game. Ladies, be smart, date smart, choose wisely. And remember, I told you.
Love her. Now listen, ladies. She's talking to those of us who have our stuff together already and deserve a good man. And sometimes we get a little desperate because we're getting older and we just accept any old thing. And a lot of us swear down we can change a man. A lot of us think our sex is going to change a man. A lot of us think having a baby with him is going to change a man. You cannot change a man. A man changes when he's ready to change. That's us. That's self-work. That's a part of self-work. The same thing with us. If you want a good husband, you must be a good wife and prepare for that before he comes. So when she's talking and she's giving this good advice, she's giving this to women who are already at their peak. And they're waiting on a good man to match them so that they could be a power couple. And so her advice is not to women that's all messed up and broken and sad and sorry and looking for some man to build her up. You have to already be happy. I've made videos about that all the time. Happiness does not come from a man. It comes from the Most High God. You have to be happy within. That's already there. So when that man comes, I always say it, you already baked your cake and frosted it. He's going to be the cherry on top of that cake. You're going to make it look a little more pretty. A little prettier. So, stop depending on a man to be your everything. God is a jealous God. I told my daughters this a long time ago. God is a jealous God. If we're looking for a man to be our everything, we're doing the wrong thing. And maybe that's why God is not sending you your man yet. So learn to wait on him. Do his will. Keep yourself busy. That's why I was successful in my singlehood. Now, we all don't have the same story, but I was successful being a single because I had a full-time job. I had my daughters, and I was in a gospel group, so I was really busy. I had a group of good friends. My life was fulfilled. Yeah, I didn't have a man, but I didn't want one. For a long time, I was at peace, and I felt good just being just the way I was, honestly. And so 14 years went flying by. But here I am today, happily married. So the advice that she gives is on point. Her name is Natalie Clarice. Y'all look her up. Let me see something. Natalie Clarice, that's her name. Look her up and subscribe. That sister is putting down some good advice. And it's time for us to learn. You keep making the same mistakes, the same silly moves over and over. Don't ever become desperate for love, because Satan knows when you're desperate, and he's going to send the devil your way. He's going to send something that's spawned from himself your way. Yes. And these guys can sense when you are at your weakest. It's just like an animal. They're going to go for the weakest animal to attack, right? And that's what the men do. When they see that, I'm sorry to call us animals. I don't mean that. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm just using that as an example. They see when you're weak. They see when you're lonely. It's something about a man that's on the prowl that he can sense that. He's sniffing you out, sis. Don't ever be desperate. Hold your head up high. Have standards and boundaries. And wait on the right one, like my sister said. Peace, love, and blessings, family.